Hi, friends. Now, each day I go through probably 200, maybe 300 videos that come to my inbox from friends, and I greatly appreciate that. I know some people don't like to receive videos, or they end up even unsubscribing if you send them a couple, and they take offense to trying to be with others, trying to enlighten them. They're really looking to be to get more information or ammunition for certain dogmas or beliefs, or things that they'll accept and without reservation, because they appreciate the ego that sent it to them, or so forth. But away from that, I received a couple videos that were really slanderous towards Ron Paul. And this, it's upset me quite a bit, because they're stating that Ron Paul is within the Illuminati. Now, people, you have to realize everything in life has been debased and deviated from purpose by that which we struggle against. That's really people who are owned by others, who pay them to do their bidding and to make things the way that benefit them. And really, it just comes back to pirates, if you think about it. Pirates are really the bankers, or is what abets bankers to have business in a sense that goes all around, because how banking started, they didn't have planes to fly from one country to another, or they didn't have major communication hubs to put in the data and stuff. So the people who were really enforcing this were pirates, people who could travel the seas in boats and so forth. And you know how naval, we don't even know that armadas and naval outfits were made to combat pirates. This is where they come from. You have to think about this. And how, well, sure, we had the Khazarians, who were basically, they'd take over land that was on a waterway, and then they'd stop the boats or people who were traveling through, and they'd demand tribute or tax and tariff and so forth. This is really the employees. Those people were part of a kind of a scam. Like, they're not entitled to do what they do, and they're just following an ego that and different things related to that. But away from that, now we're hearing people stating that Ron Paul is in the Illuminati. This is ludicrous. And anyway, if he was, it would be good, because in Illuminati, like all religions and everything in life, it's been debased since the time of Galileo, and it's been infiltrated. So you have to see that there's good and there's evil within it, just like in church and just like in everything. There's good and there's evil. There's nothing that's pure good or nothing that's pure evil. Although there's nothing that is pure good within the world, other than a few souls who try to do good in all that they do, but they try, so they aren't always perfect. We can't be perfect ourselves, because that's why we're talking about this today, is because of ignorance, which is rampant within society through fear and fear-based living and dogmas and so forth, and materialism, and it goes on and on and on, which comes to us through really the debasing of life and each level as we go. So within the Illuminati, you have to remember, these are the people who, the religious orders in the past, who were working in concert with military, or were working with monarchs who owned military forces and so forth. You have to look at flags over the past centuries and see the progression on corporatism and so forth, how it's moved, because they'd either have something from nature on the top, and then the crown, and then something representing people, or you see this in every country and nation over all time. The flag is very important, because it tells you what is held highest, right? If they hold nature, God, or so forth. You see the sun on some, you see stars on another, you see like a maple leaf on the Canadian flag, and it goes on and on and on. And people don't understand it. They look at the egos and personalities of the leaders, and really most leaders, or those standing out front, are puppets. They're pets. they're owned. They're little dogs, and they're not really our friend, because a dog on his own will work with man, and we know this. Dog is a guardian like us. But this was the first to come to our side to aid, to work with us from the animal kingdom. Sure as hell wasn't a snake. Believe that. Okay, but now we got these people who are starting to spread rumors that Ron Paul is within the Illuminati. Now, personally, I don't think Ron Paul is in the Illuminati. He is Christian in his beliefs and in what he does, and he is a physician, although I'm sure he's looked into many things, and he's awakened to a lot of truths if he was content to live as being a consumer and a person to protect and herd consumers to be consumed. He wouldn't be doing the work he's doing today. So you have to realize this. There are some people who hopefully they're only doing it because they're not aware of truth, and they're just looking to get lots of video hits or get lots of subscribers. In spreading something like this, to state that is stupidity. It's moronic, because Ron Paul is with people, and he even tells you this and shows you this in what he does. And we have some seriously still sick people within society who are still stuck with the fiat living and the materialism and ego and all this stuff. They're still trapped, and they're going to pull more and more people into it, and it's going to take away your time. You're going to waste time, which is you're going to waste space on your channel and in your mind and in your life and everything. It's time, space, and mind when you get pulled into a trap, and it steals all of that, and it molds it to be a purpose for that which is actually against you. Because debate and strife and difference and duality, materialism, all these tools work against you 24/7. And then people, when they have what they think is free time, when they're not applying their skill set within time and space to earn a living, they're giving their time away, and then within what I call, it's kind of a revolution or a devolution more so, they're really, the time that they're putting into that, they're putting it into argue and debate, which is ridiculous, because it's defeating that which they're trying to state that they're doing. They're looking and seeking truth, but in truth they're not, because they make everything complicated. It comes down to simplicity, and you have to catch on to this. You have to know that truth is free, lies cost money, and it costs more than money. It costs time, and it costs you your spirit, because when you buy lies, you then either you're going to be in remorse, you're going to be in regret, or you're going to be in a false mindset, and so forth. So lies, anything you're paying for, spending those fake receipts and everything, is really just a lie, and it's meant to take your time, your spirit, space, everything. And this is what's keeping us away from that. So you have to be careful with these people now who are now attacking everything about Illuminati. Now, there is not all bad within it. You have to see that there's good factions and there's bad factions. It's in everything, you know. One bad apple doesn't spoil the whole bunch. And, although a tree is known by its fruit, we have to look at the beginning of what the Illuminati was and what it was trying to do. And it's what has been promoted and what is found mostly is everything that's terrible about it, but that is when that movement was infiltrated by those who have infiltrated everything else, and they do this for others. And it goes back to something that is very simple, but it's too simple, and most people wouldn't grasp it. They couldn't, because they would immediately just try to complicate it or take it apart and look at it, when it's not. It's just one thing. It's one thing, and you can't break it down any more than what it is. And it's the simplest way to put it is it's evil, and evil is greed and selfishness, sloth. There's like the 7 sins, all these things, and that's what people are applying their time into. So we have to realize that the Illuminati has some good in it. It has a lot of good, a lot more good than you have to remember. Science and the mind of man that was corrupted and debased and used through bribery and theft to advance the other ideals left us signals and clues find those. Illuminati